Hey guys, so I hope you're doing well, and again I'm doing this video before I leave for the day. It's raining, excuse the background noise, it's a lot. So today I'm trying to tell you about how financial entrapment is a form of abuse, and it's something that most narcissistic partners are going to do. And given the kind of society we live in, you all know that it's easier, or I guess it's more expected, it's more commonplace for men to get jobs, and so they are often the sole breadwinners in a family. And as the world is evolving, more women are getting into the workforce. They're starting to make money, they're starting to support their families. And it's in this regards that you might come across a woman who got into a relationship with a man, and the man told her she was working a job and she was okay with her career, but the guy told her that she needs to leave all of that behind and focus on making a family with him. So it's the default position, I guess, that the man is going to be the breadwinner, the woman is going to be the homemaker, and she's going to take care of the kids, take care of the house, and the rest of that. And that's all okay, but sometimes, in my experience, I've found that most of the men who insist that their women stop working and focus fully on being housewives, they do this with an intention of trying to control their spouses. So the man understands that if you don't have financial capabilities, then you won't be able to make major decisions. You won't be able to just live life like an average human being, so to speak. And so they know that by taking this power away from the woman, they have kind of cut her down, at least to some level, because when you leave the workforce, you're going to have a gap in your resume, you're going to forget how to do some basic things. And if he's a controlling person or a narcissist or any form of manipulator, then he's going to be counting on this. He's going to know that once he's gotten you comfortable in the house and you've adjusted to this new role, it might be hard for you to get back out there. And so if he has the intention of being a liar, a cheat, an abusive person, he knows that he's going to be able to do all of this, and you won't be able to leave him, because where will you go? He's probably also going to find a way to make you use up your savings, or make them accessible to him. So you are essentially you're at his mercy, more or less. So if you are in a situation where you feel like the man in your life is kind of trying to cut down your financial power, then it's I don't know, just use your judgment, use your best judgment, and make a decision that is going to save you and save your future, save any children that you may have. And financial entrapment, I think that's what it's called. It's not as obvious as I made it sound, like telling the lady to quit her job so he can take care of her. He might use some just a minute. Sorry about that. It was a call coming in, and I have about 30 minutes to leave. So yeah, financial entrapment won't always take the form of a man telling his wife, quit your job and stay at home. He might start acting passive aggressive, and he'll do things like he'll accuse her of having affairs with her employer, with her colleagues. He's going to start complaining that she comes home too late. He's going to start complaining that she dresses inappropriately for a woman in a relationship. He's going to tell you things that just along the lines of you're not taking care of the house, you're not taking care of the kids, and in pursuit of money, and all of these are in a bid to cut you down financially. So take care of that. And another thing that men who want to to put you in a form of financial slavery or something like that, they will just make it obvious that they don't like women who have their finances in order. They won't even consider the fact that life is getting really expensive nowadays, and unless he's making a really good amount, there's no way you'll be able to support a family with children and your needs and your retirement goals if there's only one person who is making money. So they're going to be telling you stories about how they will fuel the propaganda in things like how women who have money are proud, they are mean, they are just terrible, no one likes women with money. He will start saying things like, he will talk smack about women who have made it to the top of their careers. Like, he will heavily imply that she slept her way to the top, and it's always something to do with sexual deviance. So he's going to make it feel really dirty and really wrong for you to have any kind of control on your finances. And that's really sad, honestly, because in some cases his mother is also in on it. She's going to tell you how a good woman dresses a certain way, she focuses on her children and the house. She needs to make sure that when the man gets home, he has fresh and hot food to eat. She needs to listen to his needs and put his needs first. And it's really silly because they say this with the implication that you can't actually balance it. It's possible to work a job and make good money while you're also being a good and submissive wife. But if this man doesn't want you to have any kind of control on your finances, he's going to just use all the angles you can think of to make you feel uncomfortable if you're trying to get your money. And it's a fact that some women do sleep their way to the top, but the same goes for men. Some men sleep their way to the top, and that's not as talked about as it is for the other gender. So anyway, this is not a gender war. I'm just trying to show you that a manipulative man who wants to control you using finances, he will apply double standards. He's not going to give any room to the fact that what he's accusing women of in terms of career and money, it can also be applied to men on the flip side. So remember that it's just good to make your own money at the end of the day. I'm not saying that you need to drop your household responsibilities and the rest of what you need to take care of. If you want to be a family woman, then understand that it's going to take a lot of work, it's going to take sacrifices, but it can be done. You don't have to drop one in favor of the other. And if it's the reason that you have fights with your spouse, then maybe it's time that you have a very honest talk with him and ask him, what is the main issue with me making my own money? If you know that you're not actually sleeping your way through the ranks, if you're not stealing or just doing unacceptable things, because women can be terrible as well. So if you know you're just making your money legitimately and you're doing what's best for you and your family, but your spouse or partner has a very big problem with it, then talk to him and find out what the issue is. It might be that he's subscribed to the local bar press, or just this street talk of people who misadvise each other terribly. Some of them are actually misinformed, but some of them are spreading misinformation intentionally so that they can maybe laugh when the target of their misinformation falls into their traps, or they got misinformed themselves and they're just exchanging the favor. So yeah, it's important to know that you to get everything in the clear. If you are having money problems and your spouse isn't willing to let you maybe get a job and stand on your 2 feet, talk to them about it and talk to yourself about it. If you're seeing other toxic patterns, like obviously he's going to come home late, he won't do a lot of the housework, and all of these are things that can be split well and reasonably, and especially if you're in a position to hire someone to take care of the house, it gets even worse because some men will go to the point of starting trouble between you and the house help that you get. They might set things up so that you blame her for them, and they might actually start trying to coerce her into having a sexual relationship with them, and they will do this so that you, as the woman, as if you're as short-sighted as he believes you are, you're going to start a fight with the house help. You're going to blame her for everything that's going wrong, and you won't see in your mind that he's doing this so that you chase her away, so that you are once again forced to just be there so that the house can keep running in order, because there's a lot of work to do to keep the house in good shape. And if this is you, maybe you need to reconsider your life and make better life choices, because yeah, I personally know one who will he will leave switches on. He will the instant shower switch. He will leave taps open, outdoor taps, and he will just do small petty things that are the house help's responsibility. And when the wife will be arguing with the house help about why are you becoming so careless, the guy is just sitting there watching his plans work. And eventually she did chase the house help away. She tried to get another one, and it became an endless issue, because it's not easy to get a good house help, especially if you want one to take care of your kids. So there will always be endless issues, because after that first point, he realized that it was that easy to just get his wife to chase them away for no good reason, because she would believe him over them at the drop of a pin. She will know that they are the outsiders, they are the wrongdoers, which most of the time wasn't the case. And in the end, she decided, you know what, I'll just take care of my kids. I'll leave this house helps alone because they're just making my life miserable. And obviously that's what he wanted, because she couldn't go out to get a job. She couldn't work from home as effectively as she could if she had someone to take care of the dishes, the laundry, the rest of that nonsense. And she believes that she did what was best for her. I guess she believes that. I haven't talked to her in a minute, but when you're seeing these things from a third perspective, it's really clear, and it was really unfortunate that she couldn't see it. I tried to tell her very gently and from a mile away, have you considered that maybe she is telling the truth when something goes wrong? Have you considered that maybe she is not responsible for it? Do you have any other issues with your spouse that might point to him wanting to get her kicked out? And obviously that wasn't met with any kind of positivity, as you would imagine, because I'm sure that by this point he'd conditioned her, he'd manipulated her into believing that she was his wife, he loved her, he was trying to do the best for his family, and this is an image that he carried on to the rest of society. So I'm sure that even if where she is right now, even if she thinks that something is wrong, she's afraid of what people will think when she leaves this very good man who's just keen on taking care of her and her family, which is really sad because he has her in this little box. They're not in financial shambles, but they could be doing better if they had two incomes. And the reason why most narcissistic and controlling men are going to try and put you in this financial pit is because they are afraid. Wrongdoers tend to think that everyone else around them is guilty of doing what they themselves are doing. So if he was afraid that she was hitting on colleagues and sleeping with the bosses, then that's exactly what he's doing. So if your spouse has gone on to tell you that much, then maybe that's the first red flag. Stop thinking that it's orange or a shade of maroon or something like that. It's a red flag, and for the sake of your future and your mental health, you need to take a closer look at things. I'm not encouraging people to leave relationships, but if the option is to die in that relationship or lose your mind, because that happens, then obviously leave. It's not worth your life, your brains. It's not worth it. So that's all for today. I need to leave. Take care. I think I'll try to make a video on on other kinds of traps that manipulative spouses will set up for their partners, and it's just terrible. So stay happy, stay free, stay informed, and talk to me in the comments. If you think I've gone overboard with something or I've left something out, then let me know. And yeah, just have a great day or a great evening, whatever hour you're watching this at, and see you in my next video.